Hi everybody. So for this next video I wanted to show you how to create an outline that you're going to have to make for your assignments. Now you're required to do 10 outlines, chapter outlines, and the other ones can be for extra credit. So this is how you need to do your outlines. You can type it or you can handwrite it. So start by going to your textbook, and you can see on the first page of the chapter it has a chapter outline. Why study communication, the communication process, communication models, communication competence, communication in the 21st century, communication context, and then the principles for the lifetime and the study guide. So use this on how to figure out how to make your outline. Now when we use outlines in a speech, you use Roman numerals, letters, numbers, little letters. So if you're going to type it out, I want to show you using a Word document how to do this. The best way that I do it is to make your settings first. When you go into this icon here so that you can use to organize your styles list. Now you can see in the list library nothing is going to fit exactly what you want, so you have to customize what you're doing. So define a new multi-level list. The first level is going to be Roman numerals, so that's where you do that here. Okay, and I don't like the period, so I don't like the parentheses, so I like a period. So there's that. Now you're going to go to level 2, and it needs to be a capital letter. Okay, so you can go there, and you can see how it's showing up. It's going to be Roman numeral, capital letter, and again, I don't enjoy the parentheses. I like the periods. Okay, and then you're going to go on the third level. You're going to use a number. So you go here, set that up, and every time it goes into a new level, it indents, and that's how you need to focus and practice on your speech outlines. So that's how you're going to do your typed outlines. So if you're handwriting this, you need to make sure and you indent. And on your fourth level, it's going to be lowercase letters. So you go here, and again, I'm going to take out the parentheses. Okay, now if you needed to go to a lower level, the next one would be these little I dots, and then II, and then 3 I's. Sometimes you need those details, sometimes you don't, but it's here so you can set up your list. So once you press OK, it'll automatically start you in with the Roman numerals, and you can see that it's there, and it'll be an automatic list. So then you can start by using your why study communication, Roman numeral 1. So you type in why study communication. Okay, and the second one was the communication process. Okay, the third one is communication competence, and I need to fix my spelling. There we go. The fourth one is, and I still need to fix the spelling. There we go. Communication in the 21st century. So you can abbreviate if you want. I can put com in 21st century, and then com contexts, and then com principles for a lifetime. Now, so those are going to be the main points of the outline, because that's what it said in the textbook. And if you read throughout the textbook, it's going to have those really highlighted. So under why study communication within the chapter, okay, so now it wants to give you another Roman numeral. I press the enter button, but you don't. You want it to be the answers to why study. So that's where I put the tab button. So if you go into your textbook here, you can see up here, why study communication, right? And then here are your answers. Okay, to improve your employability, to improve your relationships, to improve your health, right? So you'd read that part of the chapter and answer the questions here. So for employability, relationships, health. Now, if you need more explanation, summarize what you read in the chapter, and you can add to the content here, here, and here. If you understand why you need to study communication to improve your employability, let's just say for job promotion, to get along with your employees, to get along with your coworkers, to negotiate your raises. So you can add all of those things here. And for your relationships, it'll help with family members. So as you're reading, you can add more detail if you need to. And so then you go to the next one, communication as a process. Again, you press the enter button and tab in, and it'll tell you about the communication process. And it'll talk about the definition of communication. So you can put defined, and then you can put the definition. Okay, and then you can actually put human communication, because that is actually here, human communication. And that, you can put that, and that is the process, ... You fill it out. And actually, because for sure in the textbook, you're going to need to know the difference between communication and human communication, because they're two different things. Okay? Now, as you get into the chapter, it's going to talk about the characteristics. So then you need to add in here. Communication characteristics. And we're talking about that in the message board, but there you go. Here it's inescapable, irreversible, complicated, emphasizes content and relationships, I like when it autocorrects it for me, and is governed by rules. Now, if you can't explain these things, then you need to go back here and explain it. So inescapable. So in the short, to sum it up, it means it is everywhere. You are communicating all the time, conscious and unconsciously. Okay, irreversible, again, you can't undo it. So this is your outline so that you can know what the chapter is about. So you can abbreviate, you don't have to write in complete sentences, but you want to make sure it's effective enough that you would be able to, let's say, answer a question without having to go back through the chapter and read. So this is where you put definitions, all of those kinds of things here. And that's how you do the outline. What I would also do is make a file, because you want to save it, chapter 1 outline. Okay. Also, if I were you, I would put your name. On it. Okay, chapter 1 outline. And then once you've completed all of this, go ahead and save it. Chapter 1 outline. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to upload it to the portal. So there you go. On our class page, you would go to your assignments. You would click on chapter 1 outline. There, submit your assignment, add edit, go look for it, chapter 1 outline there, up, open, and continue. Now you have to press submit assignment, otherwise it's not going to upload. And then you can see last submitted, the date, the time. Here's the document. and it's there. So that way I can grade it. So you're going to do that for, again, 10 outlines. The other 5 are extra credit. So you just repeat the process. So save those settings in Microsoft Word so that every time you won't have to go back and redo your settings. But that's how easy it is to make your outlines. No, and the question is, do you have to type out the outline summary? No. On the last part of the chapter, there's a recap and there's a summary. You don't have to include that in your outline. But you do need to include at least Roman numerals, capital letters, numbers. Sometimes you need little letters, sometimes you don't. I'm going to leave that to your discretion. And when you submit it, I'll give you feedback on whether or not I think it was, whether or not it was detailed enough. Okay? Thank you.